All right, what's up, fellas? It's Mark Parson, cornerback pro, former NFL cornerback of the Houston Texans and the New Orleans Saints, and I went to Ohio University. We were the Bobcats, green and white. Actually, right here, Southern Ohio. I'm from right here, though. Okay, so check this out. We're gonna talk about college football recruiting. Now, check this out too, for college guys. This is important to you guys too if you want to get scouted to possibly go to the next level. It's very simple stuff. This is actually going to help you out in life because when you're talking about business or you're talking about jobs, employment. So these are principles that I learned along the way. All right, so here's the thing: high school. The majority of you guys aren't going to be 5-star, 4-star guys. The majority of you. That's why we talk about it like these are D1 schools, right? Well, you got more D2 schools, you got more D3 schools than you got D1. Now, does that mean that you're not really good or you don't have a shot at the NFL or the CFL or whatever? No. Again, understand this. A lot of those guys, like half of the NFL are not D1. And there are guys who did way better than me in the league, okay, who were D2, D1 AA. So understand that. So you're not less of an athlete because you go to a smaller school. It may work better for you. So understand that. It just depends. Now, so the majority of you guys aren't going to be 5-star guys, 4-star guys. Now, so what does that mean? Those guys get the pick of the litter, meaning the college scouts come to them. They go to their house, right? They go to their house and they can pick out of all these schools. They can pick out of all these schools. Now, before we get into my piece, I will tell you this. This is the reason why I tell you guys the younger the better. So you said, man, I'm young. I thought I do the look, that's a good thing. Self-development. See, a lot of parents and athletes focus on exposure first. I have to have this ringing in your ears. Okay. Self-development comes before exposure. So don't think, okay, I'm trying to get seen. I'm trying to get my son seen because of this and that. Nah, that's not the first step. The first step is self-development. So you have to become the best football player that you humanly can become. Your grades need to be at a high level. I say, if you can do a 3.0, that means you need to do a 4.0. That's the easiest way. So we talk about that in all my recruiting videos. Very important. Now also get along with your coach. That's another thing. Relationships, because you want as many people vouching for you as possible. All right, so here's what this video is about though. College guys can pay attention to. You have to understand how to expand your network. Let me say that again. You have to understand how to expand your network. So I'll give you one example. If you got a friend, matter of fact, let's not even say a friend. Let's say someone in your area. So I grew up in Chesterfield County, Virginia. We had different people who actually went D1 before me. There was one guy named John Taylor, one of the best athletes I've seen in my life. He played baseball and uh, and football. And he had the opportunity, I think, to go to UVA, but he ended up going to Ohio University because they were going to let him play both sports. Now I heard crazy stories about him, like how good he was when he was a freshman. He ended up going to another school after that. I think it was Elon in North Carolina. But look, imagine this. A lot of guys don't think about this, but if you have a homie or you know someone who actually went to a school, it doesn't have to be D1, but he went to a school. Yo, learn how to get cool with people. So like he is a person from my community because he went to LC Bird. I went to Monacan. He's older than me. Reaching out to him. I think we didn't have Facebook. I think Facebook came when I was a freshman in college. But look, now you guys got social media. So if I reached out to him and said, "Hey John, hey it's Mark, man. I played against you. I just, you older than me, man. You good. I just want to learn from you." So first of all, you can get information from him. How is it? What is it like? Can I work out with you? Get cool with people. So now, if he thinks I'm good enough, guess what he can do for me? This is one person in my community who made it. So you Florida guys have no excuse because everybody's going to. No, not everybody, but you understand. You got a lot of guys that go from like the Miami area to a lot of these schools. But get cool with people, players who actually win. This is called expanding your network. So if he thinks I'm good enough, he's like, nah, this guy's legit, man. He working out with me. I'm teaching him stuff. You may want to look into him, coach. That's all a man can ask for is opportunity. That's one. That's just one player. We had multiple guys go to different schools. All right. And it's not just D1. We had guys go to Virginia State. We had guys go to Tech. We had guys go to William and Mary. So you see what I'm saying? This is part of your building your network. This is going to help you later on. A lot of you and your parents may tell you sometimes, most of the time, the way that they got their job was through a mutual friend. It's not necessarily just, oh, I applied for this job and I got it. No, man, somebody gotta know you, bruh. They gotta be able to vouch for you. They gotta be able to trust you. But like, no, I know this guy. It's called a warm introduction. So what you want to do is get a notepad, write down all of your friends who play ball, all of your because you may have a friend that has a friend that made it. So write down all your friends, write down all the people you know, in your community play ball. Another reason, go to camps. So you go to camps. When you go to camps, yo, meet these people, man. Get their Instagram, get their Twitter, exchange information because they may know someone and stay in touch with them. Give value to them. Say, hey, man, you seen this guy? You play corner. You seen Mark Parson, cornerback pro? Hey, he may help you out. So you gave some value to me, like, oh, okay, I like this guy, man. He really helped me get better. Now, see, that's how you got to give first. That's how you receive. You got to give first. And sometimes it could be information or introduction. And coaches know this because if I hook you up with an introduction and you get a job, and then I get cut or get laid off or fired, or I'm looking for a better job, or you may go to Boston College, and now guess what? You say, hey, you know what? I know a good coach. You talking to the head coach. Let's say you the DB coach. Hey, you know what? I know a good coach down there. You know what? Hey, and then you get the interview, and then you got to close the deal at the interview. But you see what I'm saying? You have to learn how to expand your network, and a lot of people don't understand this because this is how I got recruited. I wasn't a 5-star. I wasn't a 4-star. My recruiting. I didn't start my recruiting process, which I always talk about. Recruiting process. It's not something you wait till your senior year and you just say, "Oh, nobody looked at me." Nah, only a rare. That's only a few people who are gonna be doing that. Those are the 5-star guys. They started way earlier than most likely, or they're just superior when it comes to athleticism. All right. Not everybody's going to be there. That's a small percentage of guys that just naturally going to do it. Everybody has to work. That's just how it is, including me. All right. So, that's how I got recruited. The first thing that I did, my buddy, I got really cool with my coach who played in University of Miami. I talk about it all the time. His name is Marcus Wilder. He knew the game. So that's why you guys hit me up. You know, you got to learn from me, right? You got to learn from your coach. You got to learn from somebody about what to do. So I didn't get recruited out of high school. So what did I do? Went to Fork Union. He said, hey, Mark, another opportunity, man. You go to prep school, it's military, so it's going to be hard, but Fork Union. What's the point of me going to Fork Union? Well, it's to get better. You got a year to improve your skills. But the thing is, you're amongst great players up the East Coast who either didn't have the grades or they're looking for another opportunity just like I was. So the competition's going to be there. Then what? You get to play against the college JV teams. So what does that mean? I'm getting around where the action is. I'm getting around where the people who make decisions so I can expand my network. So we're playing UNC JV team. We're playing Virginia Tech JV team. We're playing what's it called? Bridgewater, D3, D2 schools. We're playing God dog, what's that one school? I forgot. We play Avery, and I'm getting seen by college coaches. But here's the thing. The reason why I went to Fort Union too is at the end of the day, we had a combine where coaches came there. So we had a whole bunch of coaches. So I'm kind of piggybacking off of the guys who already get recruited because their coaches are coming and it's my time to ball out and network, you know? So like a guy named Jermaine Strong, he was the other cornerback on my Fort Union team. He already had a commitment to UNC. And he talking to the coach because he really liked me. He was like, Coach, you need to pick up this guy too. Now they didn't pick me up, but that's at the end of the day, like I said, all a man can ask for is opportunity. So this is one of the pieces of exposure. It's your network and it's in your hands. You cannot depend on your coach. Now, if your coach is working for you, great. But At the end of the day, it's in your hands, it's in your parents' hands. You have to meet people. You have to meet and network with other parents. You know, you got parents over here who has a child who's playing ball somewhere, or they've been through the process. That's why we created Spark Recruit Team. Because we creating a network for you guys. We got the information for what you need to do on a daily basis. And then we created a network of coaches, players, former players, and recruiters where you can, hey coach, I'm down here in Texas. You know somebody here and there? All right, I'm gonna put you in contact with them. They know this person, they know that person. So you expand your network. That's why they created, when it comes to getting jobs later on in life, LinkedIn, right? So LinkedIn is a social media platform where you can, maybe you don't know this person, but you know this person that knows this person, and you guys are mutual friend. You can introduce yourself, say, hey, is there an opening there? And you understand what I'm saying? It's a networking thing. That's how business is done. And you must understand that football is a business and you have to master it. And one of the ways for exposure is networking. Who do you know? So this is one of the things. It's like extremely important. This video is because if I would have known this, I could have wrote down my guys on my list who made it before me. We had guys at Monacan who were at Virginia Tech before me, like 3 years prior to me. I'm talking about going to Virginia Tech. Don't you think I should have reached out to, his name was Brandon Chavis, play receiver. Don't you think I should have reached out to him and said, hey, Brandon, can I work out with you? Can I come up there? Can I come to Tech and just work out with you and see how it is and this and that? Did I do that? No, I wasn't thinking about my network. You have to expand your network. You reach out to people you already know. They'll have friends. They have friends. So I can meet their friend, get cool with them. Then guess what? Now I got 2 friends. Or now I got 4 friends. Because I had a friend right there. He put me on. First of all, he put me on to the knowledge. That's self-development. And then once he believes in me, guess what he can do? Coach, you may want to look out one of my guys. One of my guys from my younger guys at Monacan. Yeah, man, he's legit. I put him on the game, yada, yada, yada. You understand? So it starts with your attitude. First of all, you got to be open. You got to be willing to invest time, money, blood, sweat, and tears in this thing, man. It ain't gonna happen any other way. Number one. Number two, you have to understand that com- self-development comes before exposure. So you have to make sure that you're good. Because even if let's say I reached out to John Taylor, but I was sorry. What do you think John gonna say? Man, no, I'm not putting I'm not risking my name for you. You got to develop yourself. That's number one. So you're trying to get exposure for something that's not good. So that's number one, self-development, then exposure. And one of the ways to get exposed in a positive light is your network. Who do you know? And who do they know? And then who do they know? And it compounds. That's how I got recruited. I got my chance to Ohio University because I did work hard. I put in the time. I definitely invested. We talk about 20 grand, Fort Union, but I was so late, so I had no choice. I was so late in the recruiting process, I had to put it, and I really wanted it. So we had to do what we had to do. Obviously you guys watching this, if you're in 8th grade, man, sheesh. You got all this information come from me, a guy who went through the process. Come on, man. You guys are blessed. So then, exposure wise, we talk about, back to how I got recruited. One guy knew me. And then I went to Rhode Island. The DC really liked me. We kicked it off, and he knew I wasn't gonna go there. And I kept it cool. I was cool with him. I didn't act like they were beneath me. I just didn't want to go. And he put me on to Coach Burrow at Ohio University, and I just so happened to call them, and they just so happened to just get there. It worked perfectly, but it was a network thing, and Fork Union helped me get recruited. If I didn't go to Fork Union, it wouldn't have happened. Does that mean you need to go to Fork Union? No, it means you need to start expanding your network. Don't depend on anybody else to do this. You reach out to the people you know, friends who already made it, become friends, learn how to make friends, and then show your value. Ask them to work out. Give something to them. Help them, and then they'll always help you. All right. And guys, the same thing for going pro. You should be reaching out to NFL football players and saying, you in college, I want to work out with you, man. They can put you on. It's simple. It's simple. All right. Make sure you guys go in the description box, Click the link so you can know what to do and be part of our network. But let's get it. Work every single day. Peace.